On June 12, 2025, tragedy struck the skies above Ahmedabad. Air India flight AI-171, a Boeing 787 Dreamliner, was scheduled for a routine journey to London. The aircraft, gleaming on the runway that morning, carried over 200 passengers and crew, families, business travelers, and students, all with their own hopes and destinations. But just minutes after takeoff, disaster unfolded. At an altitude of just 625 feet, the plane suddenly lost control, veering off course and plummeting into the densely populated neighborhood of Meghaninagar. The crash unleashed a fireball, engulfing homes and vehicles, and causing catastrophic destruction in seconds. The peaceful afternoon was shattered by the deafening impact. The devastation was immediate and overwhelming. Buildings reduced to rubble, streets littered with debris, and the cries of survivors echoing through the chaos. Lives were lost both on board and among unsuspecting residents on the ground. This was the first fatal crash involving the Dreamliner, a jet once celebrated for its safety and innovation. The incident sent shockwaves through the global aviation community, raising urgent questions about aircraft reliability and safety protocols. Across India and around the world, people mourned the victims. Candlelight vigils were held, and families gathered to remember loved ones lost. Meanwhile, investigators raced against time, combing through the wreckage for any clues that could explain the disaster. What could have caused such a modern, advanced aircraft to fail so catastrophically? As the investigation unfolds, the world waits anxiously for answers that could shape the future of air travel and prevent such tragedies from happening again. The tragedy of AI-171 is measured not just in the twisted metal and scattered debris, but in the lives lost. Each one a story abruptly ended, a future never realized. 242 souls perished that day, including former Gujarat Chief Minister Vijay Rupani, whose leadership and presence touched countless lives. The loss sent shockwaves through communities both in India and abroad. Among the passengers were 169 Indian nationals, 53 British citizens, and people from various other countries, each with their own dreams, families, and aspirations. Every name on the passenger list represents a unique story: a parent, a child, a friend, a colleague, now remembered only in memories and photographs. The tragedy extended beyond the aircraft, claiming innocent lives on the ground, including young medical students whose promising futures were stolen in an instant. Amidst the devastation, a single passenger miraculously survived, a living testament to fate's unpredictability and the thin line between life and death. For the families left behind, the pain is unimaginable. Their worlds were shattered in an instant, leaving a void that can never truly be filled. Help desks at airports offered support, and counselors tried to comfort the grieving, but nothing could ease the agony of such sudden, overwhelming loss. Scattered belongings and heartfelt messages at memorials serve as haunting reminders of lives interrupted, individuals with hopes, ambitions, and loved ones waiting for their return. The human cost of the AI-171 crash is immeasurable, echoing in the silence left behind and in the hearts of those who mourn. The moments between takeoff and the crash were terrifyingly brief. Flight AI-171's ascent seemed normal until a critical failure left the pilots with few options. A desperate mayday call was issued, but contact was lost almost immediately. Investigators will examine maintenance logs and black boxes to uncover the cause. The answers recorded in those final seconds are crucial to understanding this disaster. The crash plunged Ahmedabad into a sudden state of emergency, sending shockwaves through the city. In those first critical moments, it was the local residents who reacted before anyone else, rushing toward the crash site in a desperate attempt to help. Their courage and quick thinking would prove vital in the minutes that followed, as chaos erupted and the true scale of the disaster became clear. Flames and thick black smoke billowed into the sky, marking the tragedy's location for miles around. The scene was one of confusion and panic, but also of remarkable heroism, as ordinary people and first responders alike risked their lives to save others. The air was filled with the sounds of sirens, shouts, and the roar of the fire. Fire brigades, police, and specialized emergency units arrived swiftly, battling the intense inferno and working together to control the chaos. Their coordinated efforts were crucial in preventing further loss of life and containing the disaster. High-level officials, including Gujarat's chief minister, soon reached the site, overseeing and coordinating the massive response. Their presence underscored the gravity of the situation and the urgent need for organized action. As the hours passed and daylight broke, the focus gradually shifted from frantic rescue operations to the somber task of recovery. Hopes of finding survivors faded, but the determination of the teams on the ground never wavered. The crash site was soon secured by police and investigation teams, ensuring that evidence could be preserved and the cause of the disaster thoroughly examined. This unified response highlighted the city's resilience in the face of tragedy. The dedication and tireless efforts of all responders, from local volunteers to seasoned professionals, stood as a testament to their resolve and compassion during one of Ahmedabad's darkest hours. The AI-171 crash prompted global grief and solidarity, especially in the UK. UK leaders expressed shock, and the British High Commission assisted victim families. Messages of support came from world leaders, highlighting humanity's unity in tragedy. The aviation community reacted with concern, impacting Boeing's financial standing. Air India, under Tata Group, faces a severe crisis, testing its resilience. The crash was a human tragedy, reminding us of our shared vulnerability. The focus now turns to a meticulous investigation to uncover the crash's cause. India's Directorate General of Civil Aviation leads the probe, with international cooperation. Black boxes will provide crucial data on the aircraft's final moments. Accountability is key, with Air India and Boeing committed to transparency. The tragedy must lead to strengthened air safety and global learning. Lessons from this disaster will improve manufacturing, maintenance, and training. Honoring the victims means ensuring such a tragedy never happens again.